blind run on.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you. Cover the exit. Don't let him get away.
So you might remember these parts from the last minutes of The Last of Us, the first part.
Damn. That's so. That's a lot. What does Ellie know? I told her they just ran some tests.
Hello, Alex. Welcome.
I told her her immunity meant nothing.
Just let me know if you can't hear me properly.
She believed you?
Juhannus, that is midsummer, has been great. I have done some swimming, I've done some sauna, barbecue, a few beers, family, stuff like that. I hope you have enjoyed your Juhannus as well. And thanks, GD.
We should head back.
And I'll be honest about this game, I have high expectations. I just got my code on Friday morning, obviously. Didn't have the time to play. I went to the summer cabin with the family. But now it's time. The whiskey and seagull. Well, it seems Juhannus, or Midsummer, is turning people into alcoholics. Hello, Cosmic. Nice to have you here as well. Well, Cosmic, I thought so very much. I was pretty sure that I would be no streaming, that I would be spending midsummer at cabin or whatever, but since already came back, why the hell not? I mean, after all, I would have been playing this by myself anyway. And I was thinking about it, to be honest, to start without people, you know, with the stream. But then I figured out, I don't know, maybe it would have been sort of a letdown to play this by myself and then start streaming when I am I don't know, maybe a few hours in already in the game. People would miss the early start. Yes, Base, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to stream this by myself already since the beginning, because, you know, it's very new and fresh, hardly been out there for more than a day, and I've read something about this hate, or more like prejudice. But to be honest, if people have so small issues than having gay relationship in a video game, well, they surely will encounter a lot of problems in their lives in real life. I guess it's safe to say that it's a real first world problem if you have problem with video game gays. Hello, Castle Observer as well. Seems like the soundtrack is made by Gustavo Santaolalla, who also, yes, here it's meant Gustavo Santaolalla, who also
It's
made
okay.
the
I got
music
'em.
for the first
You go
game
on.
as well as
You sure?
Narcos
Yeah.
TV series.
All right.
Based, exactly. Hello, Der Krampus.
About what we were talking about.
Tyrolean Alps. Sounds like a place I need to visit someday.
I can't say I'd have done different. I'll take it to the grave if I have to.
I can only guess Tyrolean Alps. Is that Austria? Switzerland?
I'll see you later.
Maybe some part of Germany? Austria, alright. That's why it was my first guess. Austria and Switzerland are the places I would definitely want to visit someday. You know, see the Alps.
Hello? Ellie?
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I tried knocking, but
Hey,
hey,
what's up, Joel?
just checking in. Folks are, talking about how impressed they are with you and how well you're helping out.
It's good.
Yeah. Tommy and I went out riding the other day, and he told me a joke, and I thought about you. It's oh shoot, now I forgot it. Something about a clock. How do you?
Joel, it's pretty late and I gotta get up in a few hours.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna get out of your hair. Just I want to show you something. Just give me 1 second.
What's this?
Now he's gonna play some black metal tunes, acoustic guitar.
Funny.
You want to hear something?
Okay.
Okay.
Burzum,
Promise me
acoustic.
that you won't laugh.
I won't laugh. I won't.
I'm trusting you.
You're my wonder wall.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts. I've no need for
I think the bad singing is part of the story here.
And I believe, 'cause I can see our future days.
Well, glad to be of help, casual observer. His plot was definitely interesting considering it was a family-made album.
Well, that didn't suck.
I'll take what I can get.
Have I ever told you that I hate karaoke?
No. I don't know the first thing
I
about
promised that I'd teach you how to play.
You did.
So what do you say, tomorrow night, first lesson?
Deal.
But only if you teach me some philosophy.
Okay.
Do you remember the joke?
I'll tell you about some karaoke story after this cinematic scene.
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
What a joke.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Good night, kiddo.
Good evening, Mr. Russia. Dad humor is the best humor. I mean, I'm dad and I have humor. Sort of. So, and now this finally starts after 15, or actually 16 minutes of streaming. And so we skip 4 years later. It's time for a sip of whiskey. Lafroy, 10 years old.
Hey.
Morning.
Sorry, I totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll get dressed.
I heard you had quite a night after I left.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She didn't mean anything by it.
I was talking about your fight with Seth. Wait, you kissed Dina?
Oh.
Sure, casual. Why not?
I thought this...
We're broken up 1 week and you make a move on my girl?
No. She was probably just trying to make you jealous. I would never... Oh, fuck, this is awkward.
I'm messing with you, man. I don't care. Get dressed.
You're the worst.
It's kind of fucked up you did that.
Jesse's my man. So about that horrible
Smells fine.
karaoke story. You remember how I was
So tired.
in Glasgow last November with Darkness Guides Us Festival? I made a set of interviews from that place and some video report of that whole deal. In case you do remember, well, it's worth mentioning that, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the report or geek review or whatever. Anyway, I was in this Glaswegian, however it's said, karaoke bar because the ancient guys, you know, the main guy from Ancient and his wife. Yes, Glasgow is great. I love the place as I loved Edinburgh, even though Glasgow was kind of a more, you know, I guess, real deal, being a kind of a working class city versus being a tourist trap. Anyway, I love both cities. I love Scottish people and all that stuff. They have the really cool mindset
Hey, is
and
Joel up?
history and all that shit. Anyway, so I went to this bar with my camera crew, and
Sucks.
also because of the ancient guys wanted to take us along. So
Shut
I
up.
ended up in
I was just about to get up.
karaoke bar in
I
Glasgow,
was.
and now I have to
You
tell
got
you, I
everything?
really hate
Yes.
karaoke in Finnish, and I thought it really couldn't get any worse. I mean, if I would end up in a karaoke bar with, say, with Japanese people, I guess I would just, you know, think it's just awkward and weird and all that shit, you know? A kind of a unique experience.
Heads up, you're the talk of the town this morning.
But with
What?
Glasgow people
Let me see if
in
I
a
got this right.
karaoke
Dina.
bar.
She kissed me.
Which triggered Seth to
And
call
these
you,
people are
not so
actually
nice word.
singing, Oh, my wonder
Then
wall.
Joel decked him,
And I'm
More of a
like,
push.
and
fuck
then you got
me.
mad at Joel. That part confused me.
Fuck me sideways.
It was a
I
strange
need
night,
more
man.
booze. And then random
Sounds exciting.
strangers, you know, local
Sorry I
people,
missed it.
finally come to talk to me about random shit in this strong Scottish accent, which I can't really understand
Maria wants a
because
word with
those
you.
people are fucking
Where is she?
crazy and drunk
Dinah.
and all that shite. And
Is
I'm
this
like,
about Seth?
No clue.
what?
Just tell her you never saw me.
And these
Nope.
people are singing
Where's your
these
fucking loyalty?
Excuse me?
English pop
Hey.
songs, you know, like Oasis, Spice Girls and stuff. And mostly I don't even know. So it was really, really weird and horrible, and yet kind of an intriguing experience. Intriguing in a like as if you were in some David Lynch movie. Hello, Terry.
Hey,
Nice to have you
so
here. Thanks
we're
for
okay,
your
right?
compliment.
You and me? Yeah, of course.
Spice Girls definitely are called,
Dina and
and
I
they
are-
used to be kind of a hot
I
too.
know. It's
Not
just,
so many,
I want
not
you
so
to
much
think.
anymore.
Ellie. We're cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's one thing
Promise.
of those sexy, hot, nice,
Thanks.
warmy Spice Girls ladies doing their songs versus some aged Glaswegian people doing that stuff.
Hey, old timer. Yeah, get a good scratch.
Well, David Lynch movies are great, so if you get to feel that David Lynch thing every time you leave the house, I kind of envy you, you know. Thank you, dear Krampus.
Hey, Jesse.
Oh, hi.
I think Seth Tatum just left the scene because he noticed all the Swedish black metal people are a bunch of pussies. So, dear Krampus, did you mean the first The Last of Us or actual this game?
Want to grab some breakfast?
And Pterodactyl, in here in
Where's
Finland,
Maria?
In the back.
well, it's midsummer. People are mostly drinking, fucking barbecuing, swimming, that is skinny dipping, going to sauna and all that stuff. So that's going in Finland, and I guess in Sweden as well.
Ellie.
It's called
There you are.
Midsommar or Midsummer, or here in Finland, Juhannus.
Seth's got something he wants to say to you.
I don't want to hear what that bigot has to say.
Do it for me. Please.
I'm not sure if I actually ever did listen to that Ned
Seth.
XXX.
Seth, come here.
I remember that name vaguely.
Hey. Look, last night I was
I was drinking too much.
Sure.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. Maria tells me that you and Dean are headed out.
Castle, I guess. I know what you mean.
Made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
Your steak.
Well, That's
Thank you,
Omega
Seth.
is an interesting band because I really don't like their late avant-garde style, but I do love their first two
Be safe
albums.
out there.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Oh, same label, not same level.
got there?
Okay.
Bacon sandwiches.
Smells good.
They're yours.
You sure?
It's fine.
Let me walk you out.
Okay.
No worry about it. We'll just try to forget what you wrote. So now we got some sandwiches.
When you go out, I want you to trade off.
It's
the
like
Tommy and
epic
Joel.
loot.
Those boys have been up for far too long.
Where do I meet them?
If you go up to the Northwest Lookout, they're scheduled to arrive later today. But watch yourself. I mean, there's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know.
You know, it's like
Not really.
American
Dina's done it a bunch.
justice trial things. You know, when they say
That's that.
overruled, and you just kind of have to pretend that you forgot
Can I talk to you for a
what they
second?
actually said about it.
So,
Look, I don't know what's going on with you and Joel.
Maria,
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
we're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry.
So it's like
Be safe.
one of your friends was drunk, and then he's like,
Yo, Dina!
Burzum is all shit. Dark Throne, all shit. And then he's like, sorry, I didn't mean it shit, it's actually good. And you're like, you try to pretend that he didn't say that shit part at the beginning.
Hey, Dina. Can I talk to you?
Hey, guys!
Thanks,
check it
babe.
out. Come on! How long?
Hey.
Fangal. Now this gets interesting. Somebody's calling someone a
I just wanna
babe.
say sorry for
Now we
running
have a
off last night.
fangal. I didn't
Oh,
even
that's-
know
it's
that
okay.
that kind
I
of
totally get it.
a word even exists.
I felt bad.
Why?
Because I started the whole thing, and I shouldn't have kissed you in front of all of those people.
No,
And
you were drunk. It's fine.
well, still, I don't want you to think.
No, I'm not reading into it or anything. Just
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
all right. Well, we should probably get going.
Ow! What the fuck? I'm not even playing! Cause you're a chicken? You're a chicken!
I hate this kid so much.
You want to fuck him up?
You want to fuck him up.
Yeah, I do.
You asked for it! You better run, you little shits! Oh, shit!
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, gotcha! We're on the board, suckers! Oh, I'm coming for you, Tiny. Ow!
Damn! On that kid.
Motherfucker. That's some battery for you.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, let's fuck that fucker.
Oh, I'm gonna come over there and fight you, like, for real. Fuck yeah. I mean, Rick, don't tell your mom. In your
These motherfuckers
face.
actually curse quite a lot. Maybe they are some badass American kids.
Eat snow! Dang it! Oh, you better hide!
Gotta say, wasn't much of a chance for snow fight last winter here in Finland. We didn't really didn't get that much snow.
No,
You little boy, ready for some snowballs? Hello, Grimoire. What's up?
Ow! Dang it! Who taught you that? Oh, yes! Your parents don't
This
let
is some
out.
proper Immortal stuff. You know, Immortal the band, because of the lots of snow.
You suck.
So does this mean we're gonna lose this fight, motherfuckers? Fuck them kids. I'm gonna destroy you. Ha ha! There you go, motherfuckers.
Eat it, shrimps. Hey.
How's it feel?
Hello, Ryan.
Help me. You'll never get away with this.
Yes, you need another beer there, Krampus, if you're calling me or anybody babe here. I know me and your Nedved, we're pretty much like each other. I mean, both handsome, bald
We
guys.
actually have some work to do. Scram.
Man.
I guess I asked for it, huh?
all about snowball fight. This is Snowball Massacre.
So, Jesse.
Rainbrain,
wants us to
this
do
is
tree
The Last
trials.
of Us 2.
He's gonna relieve Joel and Tommy.
First
Oh,
30 minutes
nice
in.
to assign this together.
I basically started
You're
to
gonna like this read.
stream with the original loading screen.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
Hello, sir.
Hey, lady.
Why he was a clown?
I'll bring him in.
Yes, Ryan,
Thank
this
you.
came out yesterday, but I was at the summer cabin, so I couldn't start playing yesterday. But what if he was depressed? What is just this kill yourself for Satan was just a story, a made-up thing? Have you ever considered that maybe he had mental issues? Maybe he was one of those depressed people.
That's a good girl. Look who's here.
Thanks. Come on.
I mean, we do not know that. He might have been total mental fuck.
Hey, Shimmer.
And to be honest, I have always had kind of a divided opinion about suicide. First of all,
look who decided to
nobody's
join us.
forcing you to play this game called life. So if you don't want to have part of life, because for whatever reason, you can just end your life, and that's up to you.
Open
You
it
have
up.
the choice. Take the
Settle
blue
down,
pill
John.
and get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Or then you can just
You all know
choose
the
to
drill.
continue this life and see
On your
where it
routes,
takes you.
Mark your logbooks, clear any infected you see. You run into anything you can't handle, you come back. Be smart about it.
Yeah, maybe he just served his purpose.
All right.
Maybe he didn't have any purpose
going.
here anymore. I mean, like, we all have our excuses to do whatever we want. Or sometimes because we don't want to do something. So maybe Jon figured out, maybe he killed himself because he realized himself that Rain Chaos wasn't that good of an album. I mean, let's be honest about it. Storm of the Light's Bane is so much more better than Rain Chaos. Or Somber Lane being so much better than Rain Chaos. I know there are lots of black metal people who are, yeah, Rain Chaos is so great. But to be honest, it's just In Flames album with pentagrams and Satan. So maybe he was just too melodic, too mainstream stuff, and he realized that's himself and wanted to kill himself for that. That's just my theory. Yeah, maybe you love Rain Chaos because it's In Flames, but you're too embarrassed to admit that you love In Flames. But with Rain Chaos is cool because it's Jon Nedved and the stuff. Lee Turner, kind to the Scottish. I fucking love Scottish people. Well, yeah, I also feel that it's too bad that Dead killed himself. I mean, I love Attila. I didn't like him in the beginning, it was too weird. But, well, Dead was too sick for this world. Hello, French. Say hello to your Glaswegian wife. She must be adorable. I don't dislike
What were you
Scottish people,
Was I talking?
but I do dislike them doing
You're doing your
karaoke.
teeth
I
grinding.
mean, come on, karaoke with Scottish accent. You're my
Where have you
wonderwall.
been?
Grab your gear. I want to show you something.
What?
Trust me.
But yeah, you can adapt me to Scotland. It's a great place.
Come on. This way.
Maybe I should actually focus on the game and figure out what they're actually saying, so
It's
I don't
cold.
miss the whole plot
You
because
sure
I'm
you
talking
don't want
to
to
you.
do this when the sun's out? And it's warmer?
A water park in Finland.
Can't wait.
To be honest, I don't really
And
know
you don't
them.
want to just tell me?
You need to see it.
I think there's a place called Yuku Park. I guess it could be pronounced as Zuku Park. And that is, I guess, quite good.
What are you doing wandering around out here by yourself?
Hey, come on, don't disrespect
restless.
water parks. That's
Me
the
too.
best thing you can do when it's
I feel
fucking
like the farther
too
south
hot.
we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've thought about it.
You can see Manny's hometown.
Yeah, I don't see that living up to his stories somehow.
I remember being this
No,
great
probably
water
not.
park in Vietnam a couple of years
You
ago.
did all this in the dark?
Yes. Now come on.
Yeah, but I mean, piss? Really? It's sterile, you know? As long as you don't drink
You keep
piss,
going
it's
like
all
this,
cool.
We're gonna be tired for today's trip.
It's not that far.
Hey, is Mel okay? She seemed.
Any
out there these
reviews
past
about
few days.
Svart Yarn?
She'll be fine.
I've done a
You said
couple
being
of
weird, you're
reviews,
freaking
but
me
I think
out.
only one
I'm not being
on
weird.
Rauta. Svart Yarn. Cosmic, of course, you have to wait it. It's a slow introduction.
Careful jumping over these.
Sorry, I don't remember where the Chuku Park is.
breaking
I
your
am
head
trying
now?
to maybe
What?
Vasa.
No. You wish.
I've had
Frank's
my fill. Thank you.
Goat Moon interview was supposed to take place in May, but due to coronavirus,
Clearly.
that gig
What
got
is that?
cancelled. So Goat
You'll
Moon
be fine.
wasn't exactly coming
too
here
high.
for a gig. They were
Come on.
supposed to. That was supposed to happen in a month ago. But Goat Moon interview got postponed once again.
Hey, eyes on me.
All eyes on me. This guy is
Stop looking down.
quoting a rapper, a dead rapper.
Owen, do we have to go back this way?
Consider it an opportunity to work on your fears.
How about I work my foot up your ass?
Foot up your ass.
Stop flirting.
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck you up. No, not really. The only thing that is missing from water parks is beer. And it's really cool to just chill in
Holy shit.
nice water and have some beers.
City.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, water parks aren't your typical
Have you told anyone else?
metal chat conversations. But
What
then
did
again,
you
this
see
is about
first?
game streaming. There might be people online who are not into metal, and they might be all about, what
Sound
are
like
these
patrol from
guys?
town
Who
to
is
an
this
outpost.
guy playing this
Over there.
game? Isn't he supposed to focus on the
Few more
game?
outposts in
Talk
between.
about zombies, how dark was the first
have
part of the
electricity,
game, and
guns.
about those clickers, and about this young girl and that old fart, and getting sentimental.
Figure it out.
But instead, he's of being sentimental. He's just mental.
Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. Sure they'll be happy with that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do?
That
What's
woman
going
has
on
some
here?
crazy look in her eyes.
Okay.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
Yeah, gotta say, crazy kid.
Right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I won't.
Joachim of Stormheight, he's a really nice and down-to-earth guy.
Hey.
Don't.
He's a cheery guy. I don't think he's mad at all. I remember Joachim being a young, enthusiastic trash guy before getting into more black metal and NSBM.
Fuck it.
Well, I haven't been actually listening to Stormheight, but I know it's kind of paying homage to Finnish. No, nobody's saying it's necessarily bad, but I mean, he's like the opposite of mad. What I've gathered during my years. Anyway, it's one of those Finnish legendary poets. And that's how you fail a jump. I guess this chick ain't really much of an athlete. Oh, and there she does it. There she already had too much scotch. It's actually so hot here, I would actually need a cold beer. But you know what? I enjoyed all my beers yesterday. I have 0 beer left. So all there is whiskey.
He got Mel pregnant.
Well, he's an alpha male. He got, to do some shacking while this chick didn't.
Shit. You alive?
Lean collar black metal. Go there, it's just normal to force yourself into crevices.
Oh shit.
That Lingola guys. I said this chick was a mental. First, she has to kind of look, eat that motherfucker. And now she fights like a MMA star. Some good music turned on. Hit him like you mean it.
My shoulder. I need to get a view.
Come on, the Krampus. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like, who gives a shit what Mayhem guys think about dissection? Oh yeah, thanks for reminding, Ryan. So Lingola is one of those persons, you know, who actually gets very divided. You know, how people think about it. Because, I mean, yeah, surely Lingola's opinions are very extreme to one end, but they also are quite in a bit of a contradictive with each other. That is, he's praising like how people should be going, you know, back to the old ages, stop doing, I don't know, commercial stuff, not use electric into okay, let's fight a zombie. That's what Lingola would do, right? So anyway, Lingola has these views which are not very well suited with the modern world. I mean, of course, he hugs trees, literally, or used to, that is. And he's great about that we should, write about it, that how we should, you know, embrace nature and all that shit. Nothing wrong with that. But to be honest, his thoughts are so goddamn outdated. And when he say like people shouldn't, you know, procreate and all that stuff, yep, that's totally valid opinion. But he did that himself, and not just once, you know. I mean, he has some good ideas. Let's be honest about it. But he also has some really stupid ideas, like those kind of ideas which are great if I know if you're writing a, you know, some teenager fantasy stuff book. So I don't know. I kind of disliked Lingola's thoughts a lot when I was in a commercial school when I was like 19 years of old. So or 20 years ago, when we had this movie about him. So I don't know. There's something that really bothers, you know, this modern Lingola worship. It's like people are praising Lingola's thoughts, but they are still not doing that stuff by themselves. All right. To be honest, as much as I like Dissection's music, still it only made a couple of really good albums. So it's not like, I don't know, Enslaved, which has made quite a few of them. But yeah, I really don't get that Lingola worship. People are basically so much fantasizing that stuff. versus being real followers. So there's one thing which I really dislike in all people. Doesn't matter what your ideology is. And that is contradicting with yourself. I mean, for example, NSPM. If you want to be an NSPM guy or gal, be honest about it. Be straight about it. If you want to be like xenophobic, anti-hetero, anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-what the fuck, be honest about it. Don't go brown-nosing. And if you do hate something, don't pretend otherwise. I mean, if you have certain rules like, I hate immigrants, then don't go to an immigrant-run place to buy a kebab. So, be honest about it. Yeah, I don't think Lincoln was racist at all, but I'm not sure. But I think he was much more just like an old school guy. Yes, only that's my point here. So I don't know. Maybe Lincoln later on started to regret that he made kids and all that stuff. So might be that he changed opinion. But still, to be honest, I mean he was a fisherman, a tree hugger guy. Nothing wrong with that, by the way, but I think he only got to live in the modern society just because the modern society let him live. So it's not like he fought his own war. I mean, it's as like these unemployed people living on social, funding, whatever it's called, and then they're like, "Yeah, man, I think society sucks, man. You don't do that shit, and you have these values." And then you just live because society wants to give you some money so you don't die out of, lack of food or whatever. So it's like, if you want to be anti-society, you really have to fight its rules. Go even to a prison. I mean, those ideological people who go to prison for their thoughts, I mean, they are real deal. They are not hypocritical people at all. They are ready to do that stuff. So, my hat's off those people versus those people who just say one thing and do the other. Der Krampus, I think you had a stroke already when you called somebody babe here on this chat. Let's try to sneak kill this motherfucker. Let's see if I am up to it. Jay-Z, yeah, that's my point exactly. NSP and welfare queens is Greek indeed. That's my point. I mean, it's just fucking annoys me, Like, if you're like this person who wants no, what you call them, alms from the people, just don't do it. Homage for Satan. I was thinking exactly the same, and I haven't even played Deus Ex back in the days. But I remember that J.C. Denton name from Deus Ex articles and all that stuff. J.C. Denton, that's why exactly one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of NSPM people. Because I mean, I don't have a personal issue with real NSPM people. Those who are actually, you know, kind of honest about it, who are straight about it, who are not hiding their politically incorrect opinions. I can very much live with that. But those who just, try to hide all that stuff when it's not suitable, like just brown nose people, that fucking sucks. Yeah, and there are lots of NSP being people who actually make good music. That's a different thing, obviously.
Fuck, I'm so lost.
Fuck, I'm so lost. That's something I can relate with. Sometimes in life. Sometimes with these games.
Shit.
Hello, LeBlonde. Nice to have you here. Sometimes I wanna think it's all about being LA blonde. I know it's not true, but Autumn leaves, that's a healthy perspective. Same way what I think about Antifa. I mean, I don't have problem with Antifa people who are not canceling gigs and whatever for shitty reasons.
Please let that be it. Weather's getting bad.
I mean, by default, there's nothing wrong with, being anti-fascist as such. I mean, it's a kind of a natural thing to do. But accusing all the people Nazis when they are like folk stories, they are about history, and they just, I don't know, do regular stuff. It's just loads of bullshit. By the way, my new NSP video is soon out, actually in a couple of weeks. So you might enter another controversial topic by yours truly. I am expecting a lot of people to be butthurt. I'm expecting some people to just disagree on rational level. And some people will just say like, whatever man, and all that stuff. And by the way, I have some good news. Don't get too political, by the way, now. Don't make into a fight about Antifa versus anti-Antifa. But good news. So, pay attention now. Steel Chaos 2020 is gonna take place. I'm gonna make a video about it later on.
Horse tracks. Where's the patrol?
And it seems like in Finland, there won't be any COVID restrictions forward from either September or October. La Blonde, well said.
Come on. This way.
Ryan Paul, he had a painted
behind you.
thing, talker guy. He had a painted swastika on one gig some 15 years ago,
Do you
just to
miss being
piss
with
off
him?
Germans. Yeah, that's not
Jesse?
reason to label
No.
talker as Nazis.
Been together for so long.
Look, Jesse's great.
And yeah, also
Love his
I
kids.
agree, black metal is more than music,
We will
but
always
still,
be family,
I mean,
but
you really
we were
can
just on
enjoy
autopilot.
good black metal riffs, even if some of those lyrics are really
Hey, how come we never
disappointing
talked about
or
this stuff?
embarrassing.
I don't
Because
know.
most of the black
Didn't
metal
feel-
lyrics are not really good lyrics.
You never really talked to me about Cat.
Yeah, because
Steel Chaos
there isn't much to talk about.
is
Yow.
like late
I got
October,
the impression that you really
early
like her.
November.
I don't care about her
Same
one way
place
or
as
the other.
Steel Fest, but just
Okay.
No, I think she's a talented artist.
from 13th,
I've grown to like that tattoo of yours.
13th of
Well, that's so big of you.
October
And I think she wasn't
until
right for me.
1st of November, something like that.
Interesting.
Shut up.
Okay.
And to be honest, as much as I love black metal, I mean musically, and so many bands even ideologically, so many bands have really piss poor lyrics, and some of them just sound really stupid on interviews, and I can still enjoy those bands. La Blonde, you can join me and my flag guy. We have a hotel room ready.
Hey,
Not yet ready, but soon.
You want to see something spectacular?
you're gonna point at your face, aren't you?
Nothing is that spectacular.
That's one of my
Oh,
points,
brother.
Autumn Leaves. While
Come
I
on,
can
stupid.
totally enjoy satanic lyrics at symbolical level, or that sort of stuff, so many satanic lyrics are really fucking stupid. So yeah, I do have a kind of a problem with so many bands in the black metal scene. I mean, I always kind of defend black metal to death metal people, and then I defend death metal to black metal people because I think it's the best of both worlds which you can have. But so many people are really like they suck on writing level, even if their songwriting skills might be top notch.
What do you think of this view, huh?
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, this roof
La
has its
Blonde, I
perks.
mean, me and Flag Guy, we're taking a hotel room, 3 to 4 people from
Can you
Hyvinkää,
sign in?
where Steel Chaos is taking place
Come
this
on.
year. And no, listening to prog alt rock isn't the option when some of the black metal lyrics seem stupid. So it's a contradiction. You know, I can once again like so many bands, their music, and even their opinions on interviews or whatever, but sometimes the lyrics are just really stupid. And obviously there are bands which have great lyrics, but really kind of a crappy songs. So it's not that simple. I mean, in a perfect world, we would have great songs with great lyrics, with great ideas. But
Who do you
if
do
that
this route
was
with?
the only,
Jesse?
I mean, if we would only listen to bands
Right. Oh,
which
Eugene.
are all that,
Man, he was
I would
funny.
have only a handful
Oh,
of
yeah.
bands.
Plus, he taught me about rewiring electronics and stuff. May we all be that sharp at 73.
May we all make it to 73.
La Blonde, you do that. And yeah, there's a one thing which I will also mention in that Steel Chaos 2020 video is that in case people who buy a ticket for Steel Chaos 2020, in case they have, you know, flights booked and they have tickets to Steel Chaos, but they suddenly get COVID, or they can't get flights because of some restriction, they will get refund. They will get their money back. Casual observer, yeah, in a perfect world we would be all be perfect people. And there's a good point about lyrics when they suck because they're written mostly in English by non-native English speakers. Yes, that's also part of why Rauta comments are sometimes. I mean, me doing videos, sometimes I'm lost with words because I'm not native in English. So sometimes I have totally great amount of words for people in Finnish, but when I need to do it in Rauta, I kind of lost in translation. Hello, Alfonso Garcia Rios. Nice to have you from Spain. Great language also. I've been trying to learn a little bit Spanish, so hola. Alfonso, it's mucho gusto. Thank you for your comments. I wish I could enjoy Neurosis, but I really can't. I just find their music that boring.
Through here.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Neurosis, because it's sludge or something like that. And I must say, I also have a problem with some of the black metal bands because they're so goddamn religious. About good post metal, check out Russian Circles. That's some good stuff. And they don't have lyrics.
Sign us in.
But they have immense
What was
drumming.
this place?
Really great
Used to be a
drummer.
radio tower.
One of the best drummers, in my opinion. I mean the style. I don't know about technicality.
No sign of infected. Or non-infected, for that matter. Seeing a storm. A couple miles out.
And there.
So guys and gals, what are you drinking now? And if you're not drinking, why not?
Come here.
I mean, come on, watching me playing a game must be quite boring without a drink.
Town up ahead's our last stop.
Oh, Cosmic Orphan, don't be such a nihilist. That's my role usually.
There's the town. With the big tower thing?
Yep, that's where the next lookout is.
Whiskey and Coke. Which whiskey are you having?
Let's get back to the horses.
Heineken. Well, that's a very suitable choice. That is, if it's cold for this kind of weather. I mean, I'm melting. I'm probably losing pounds of weight. Oh, Cosmic, sorry to have a disappointment. I would offer you a whiskey of my own if I could do that. I love blonde, and you having a Merlot. I'm not exactly surprised. So some Jim Beam there. All right, that's good. H.P. Dixon is having coffee. Well, coffee is always a good choice. Green tea for my Russian friend. Well, that's an interesting choice. Cider is also cool.
Yesterday?
Hello, Joni, my
They're clean.
Laplandish friend. That's a
It's
basic cough
patrol,
that
you
does
know?
the trick.
We're here to kill infected, not to look fancy.
Still look nice.
Now that you mentioned Cosmic, I need to refill my whiskey glass. So just trying to listen to this. Did you hear that sound of whiskey bottle popping up? Monster and vodka, that will surely give you some extra beating in your heart. Well, I love Russian Circles. I've seen them live, and they are phenomenal live. That's why I had to buy a shirt. And to be honest, I have a story about how I got into Russian Circles. Are you ready for a sort of a story? And yeah, that sound of a cap popping up. Oh man, it gives me a boner. Well, almost. Open the goddamn door. So about the story about Russian circles, well, how I got into that. So I was visiting a friend of mine who actually happens to be one of the black metal, death metal active in my home city. I'm not gonna make any names because you don't really need to know that, and that doesn't really change the story here. Anyway, I don't remember why I was visiting that friend of mine. Anyhow, what I was supposed to do here? I got totally lost in the track of what I was doing. So anyway, I went to my friend's place for some castle visiting. This was maybe some 10 years ago. And he offered me some pot. So we had some nice weed. And he wanted to play me Russian circles. And I remember that was the album called Geneva. And he right away moved to this second track.
Hey, Japan.
And I was like, man, I'm just, getting this pot. And I started to relax and realized it's kind of a superior music to listen to while being high. So we started to just, pretty much enjoy with my friends. And he was like, yeah, man, you're gonna love this band. I had no previous experience with the band whatsoever. I hadn't even heard the name, but my friend was like really convinced that I would like it. So we were smoking pot, listening to the Russian circles, and I was like, man, this is so
I
great.
think we should go out like Eugene.
His girlfriend
From a
even,
stroke?
brought us
No.
some
From
ice cream
old
from
age.
the local
Like,
grocery
living a long
store.
life.
She knew that we were smoking
You?
pot.
No way. Come on.
And
You're
like
way too
we were,
reckless.
having this kind of a
Look who's talking.
sweet tooth moment,
You'll probably die from hypothermia.
So we
if
had
you
just
can't
some
see
ice
or
cream and
smell.
listened to Russian circles and
Why are you
being
wearing
stoned.
boots today?
We sort of a dead metal, black
You know
metal
you're a good
guys.
guy?
Let me
And later
guess.
on,
You're gonna kill
I
me?
had to make sure I really liked the band. Also, when I wasn't stoned.
No.
So later on I
Maybe.
went to listen to more
Fuck you.
Russian circles when I wasn't
Sorry.
stoned, and I realized it's still very, very good. So when these guys, maybe a couple
Hey,
of
should we
years
check these
later,
houses out?
that guy and one of
Seems
the
quiet,
other
but we can if you want. They still got
black
supplies.
metalhead, they wanted to get to Russian Circle's show and asked me to join. I was like, fuck yeah. And once again, three of us, black metal, death metal heads, we went for some
Temperature
pot
dropped.
smoking experience before the show. And hell, it was great. Death Heaven sucked, but Russian Circles, great. So the moral of the story, sometimes
Easy going.
sometimes substances can actually make music way more
What the fuck?
enjoyable.
Smell. Looks like infected did this.
How many you think it would take to bring down the
Stan, I
house?
totally understand.
More than one.
So in case you want to just
Where the
stop
hell are
watching,
they?
don't spoil
Let's go
yourself.
find 'em.
You can pretty much just listen to or just then not. I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil events on the game, so even though you will hear me talking, I will be probably talking
hear some
about metal
inside.
and booze and sex
How
and
the fuck did
whatnot.
they get in there? More importantly, how do we get in there? Dina, this way.
I'm actually using headphones here. But then again, if I would mute the game, people who would want to listen to the game sound would be,
Let's see if we
you
can
know,
get around to the back of the supermarket.
I would be kind of letting them down. Castle Observer, I know the series, but I haven't watched it. Currently, I'm actually watching Black Mirror on Netflix, and also Billions on HBO Nordic. Billions is brilliant. And so is Black Mirror. Well, yeah, Death Heaven was...
Yeah.
Death Heaven surely was crap.
Throw, by the way.
But,
Thanks.
since I tried to be open-minded guy, when I years later
The way we came in was barricaded.
got some Death Haven for review on CD, I gave it a listen and it wasn't that bad. I mean, I started to
What's the most
think them like less as any kind of a black metal band, but more kind of a post-black post-metal kind of a thing. And it wasn't really that bad. The screamy vocals, useless.
Cleared about
But
20 once.
other than that, not really bad.
Fuck. Maybe we'll get you a new personal record today.
Hello, bestial black metal. Drunk as fuck and on coke. No, that's a story.
Ellie. More blood.
Have I seen the original videos done by Luca? No. Original videos of what? By Death Haven? And yeah, like LeBlanc said, sex, drugs and rock and roll, all that is needed. Yeah. Because, I mean, why the fuck not? That's usually what I need. That and,
This way.
well,
More runners.
gym.
Let's keep it quiet. Let's see how it goes.
These zombie noises, they are great. I love them. This is like from some, I don't know, death metal band. Like some more edition samples. Just listen to the sound of these guys.
That all of them?
Yeah, Salmiakki, Jonas Ness, are
like
you
it.
from Sweden?
We've still got to get the ones in the supermarket.
Let's keep circling the building.
Bestial black
There's
metal.
gotta be a way in.
I think I just lately made a video of Abzu from worst to best. If that video doesn't tell you my appreciation and love about Abzu, or love to Abzu, I don't know what does. Abzu is one of the best black metal bands from United States of America ever. Or maybe the best band from United States of America, that is.
Help me out there. I want to look around.
Coming.
So Bestial Black Metal, I strongly recommend you take a look at that video. That is, if one actually cares at all anything I have to say about anything related to metal or otherwise. Yes, Ryan, that's a good addition. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Then some video games and gym for me. I'd be pretty goddamn satisfied. Gotta say, I love the graphics and sound of this game. And feels a little bit different than the first one. The game mechanics seem quite a bit better.
There's a hole in the roof over there. Here.
Thanks.
Look. See?
All right. Let's figure out how to get in there. Dina, under here.
Got to say, that motherfucker kind of caught
clear?
up me by surprise.
Just banged up.
Please die of old age and not because you get infected.
I was
I really don't want to have to shoot you in the face.
quite close to
Deal.
shouting something. Ah! I'm really just listening to these gurgling sounds by these zombies, or well, zombie-like beings. Zombie. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, no more cranberries for you. Yes, Apsu is great. Oh, Jonas, or say Jonas, from United States of America, but you have Norwegian family living in Norway. Well, yeah, salmiakki is some Finnish crazy ass stuff. Some people either love it or hate it. I think salmiakki makes a great drink, but I understand why some people don't really like that. Salmiakki is some acquired taste for sure, but I think people who visit Finland should definitely try like two things: sauna and salmiakki. Because they are the real deal. Ah, there's a kind of a joke game called Sauna Gollum. Gollum as in the Lord of the Rings character. And that is every guy sits on the highest tier of sauna, the highest level, those planks or whatever they are called. I don't know actually, the seats. I don't know how what they are called in English. Anyway, and the golem is supposed to tingle those balls between those crevices between the planks, you know. Don't really know that anybody ever played this Sona Golem game, but
See any way to that roof?
anyway, that's
I'm not sure.
kind of a theoretically a really fun game to play in Sona. Cosmic, I don't think that's real. I think it's just kind of a running joke kind of a thing. Because who would want to touch other people's balls in Sona? Like, come on. There's also this saying about Finnish firefighters going to sauna, like they have this ritual called ducking. And ducking means that they will put their penises together and then just kind of a stretch the foreskin of your penis on the other person's penis. You know, it's just kind of a duck the dicks, you know. I guess that pretty much sums up this kind of a Finnish dirty humor. So, in case you're not ready for Finnish humor, humor, uh, I don't know. No, you're ready for Finland. You know, visiting this country in the first place. So these are not serious topics, but just saying what we have here in Finland. And now I'm started to laugh because I can only imagine how ridiculous and weird and awkward and all that crazy shit sounds like. But
How do you think we do this?
that's some Finnish mentality when it comes to humor.
Maybe we can climb that truck.
I mean, there is a saying like how sauna is one of those sacred places, you know. They don't just fuck around with sauna. But to be honest,
This way.
what people really do in sauna is just like talk. It's kind of a temple, you know. I mean, we really confess things in sauna. That's no kidding. That's some serious shit. So we confess very intimate things in sauna.
Me too.
And we also discuss serious topics in sauna. And we drink in sauna.
Hey. Got some
Sometimes
alcohol.
we might even listen to music and drink booze in sauna while doing this kind of a
Fix yourself up.
conversation. And sometimes people fuck in sauna. To be honest, that's usually too much, given that the heat isn't exactly the best way for sexual intercourse. But in general, sauna is a place of relaxation and talking about some,
Remember, I don't want to have to shoot you in the face.
serious stuff, as well as, some not so serious talk.
Mean they've been here for a while. Keep your
But
eyes
yeah,
peeled
sauna
for
is
the
fucking
infected.
great, if you ask me. One thing which I really like in Finnish mentality
I think we're above it. Let's get to the ground floor.
is that while sauna is very asexual place, I mean, it's just a place of sweating out the shit in your body. You don't really stare at other people's genitals. You don't need a towel. You don't need pants. You don't need anything to cover your body. You just go to sauna and start sweating like a pig. And that brings everybody in the same level. So it doesn't matter if you're a president or just random nobody. You're in the same level because you don't have any medals. You don't have any fancy clothes. You're just there with your naked body. Some have tattoos. some don't. Some have big belly, some have six pack. Doesn't matter. Everybody is like they're kind of equal and just bare naked in sauna. So it's just very very natural thing. So very fucking back to nature kind of thing. And yeah, who wouldn't sauna with the Finnish Prime Minister? But there's something almost like sacred when people go to sauna. So it's almost like a place for meditation or something like. You would sauna with me? Well, sure, let's do it. But you would have to be naked because we're all naked. Going to sauna and not being naked is poser stuff. Holy fuck. That was some intense moment.
Here we go. Keep it extra quiet.
Mikko Pöyhönen as in you mean that that band Pyhä Kuolema? Oh yeah, drink time. Thanks for reminding me, Cosmic. Always take a drink when you die. La Foi, definitely one of my favorite whiskeys. Gotta say, I never listened to any kind of emo music. I swear I pushed that triangle button before it killed me. Ah, fuck. Basically, that emo stuff was never a big deal here in Finland. Ah, fuck this. I hate these sneaky parts when they fucking gets slow, and then I start to become sloppy. And I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time here. At least some of those screamo
These blind motherfuckers make my skin
parts
crawl.
I never liked.
Let's make sure the rest of the building's cleared out. And then get the fuck out of here. Speaking my language.
But yeah, talking about sauna, I still recommend people to do that. Sauna can be really relaxing experience. And nothing beats swimming. Just, right after sauna.
Ellie.
I must say I don't know much about Mikko Pöyhönen's earlier project. I mean, I know them by name, but Mikko's material isn't exactly my cup of tea. He's a great guy, very friendly, nice guy. I got to learn him through mutual friends a few years
Found
ago,
these.
and he was also at Mikko Aspa's birthday party. But I really don't listen to the type of music Mikko does.
I'll make
Yeah,
you a
Dixon,
present.
you don't want to do too
I'll take a
long.
present.
Sauna up for too long. I mean, you need to rehydrate yourself.
Ellie.
Because staying in the sauna for way too long, it's gonna make you fucking weak. And Necrophagia, it's a great US band. I don't like, to be honest, so much Necrophagia's early stuff,
Here. Thanks.
but the like from halfway on, great band.
Careful with that. I'm a pro. We're not done.
All right, let's see. All right, I need to take a look at my phone. So. All right. It seems like I managed to. It seems like I managed to disconnect my headset while I was getting up from my recliner. Yeah, Necrophagia. It's one of the earlier death metal bands, but I still think Death beat them to that game of who was first in death metal. But we have to understand once again, and I've said this in previous streams and random videos as well, that back in the days, those different sub-genres were not so tightly defined as they are nowadays.
I got some numbers here. What do you think? Get the runners first. Let's see.
So sometimes bands were just called death metal, even though it would be later on defined as black metal. Because back in the days they were not extreme metal, they were death metal or whatever. And people sometimes don't understand that they're rewriting the history. Hey, come on now. And then you die. Guys and gals, this is what happens when you just suck. And I don't mean suck dicks, but just suck in gaming.
And he's still moving? Nope.
You know what? I'm impressed with us.
Yeah. Man, the guys are not gonna believe our numbers.
Okay. Let's go to the next lookout and take a fucking break.
Take a fucking break.
Agreed.
You know, what's a fucking break? Ever had such?
See a way out.
This is like a typical coronavirus store when things started to happen. As you can see, no toilet paper whatsoever. All taken. That's a good point, Ryan. Because it's not so easy to just forget how you were inspired. For example, one thing which I like about Metallica is that they've gotten given quite much credit to bands that inspired them, and they have helped out some bands, even the ones that came out before Metallica.
How do we get out of here?
I bet we can go
Dixon,
over
there
here.
was that was explained by psychologist. How toilet paper was seen kind of not only as the sign of civilization, but also related to hygiene. You know, like one of the basic needs, kind of stuff like that, comfort, safety, all that kind of stuff. So that was why it was. That's how it was explained, like why toilet paper was being hoarded. But yeah, Metallica, they have given quite a lot of credit
I won't budge.
to quite a few
Here's what
bands
we're gonna do.
that
You're
inspired
just gonna
Metallica
hurl me up through that hole in the roof.
Okay.
in the early of their career.
Cable here.
Here we go.
Jonas, that's nice to know. Thank you very much for sharing the channel with your friends.
Get over.
Fuck yeah. Good. Here I go.
Careful when you get up here. It's pretty windy.
But that's how people react. People are like lemmings, you know? So people start
Over here.
copying elements. That's actually how panic happens. You know, it's not a rational thing. But if you see one person running
really picked up.
towards something
How
or
far
running
are we
away
from
from one thing,
Just
people
past the next
start,
town.
you know,
Follow
imitating
you.
that pattern. And I'm shouting because the wind noise from the game is shouting in my ears. So anyway, people, basic psychology. People start to copy what others do without any rationality.
Hey, how
Yeah, and
far
I
are we?
guess that's why people started baking bread,
Okay.
buying yeast from the grocery store shelves, because they would figure out that you would have no bread soon. Like that would be
This is getting
quickly,
worse.
you
Turn
know,
back.
running out of
We
bread.
won't make it. We're almost there. I know, girl. I know. Keep going.
Yeah,
Tina,
that's
how
how
much
it
further?
goes. People copy the patterns.
Tina. Tina.
Because in the end, we're just simple animals.
Tina, where are you? Tina.
Now, are the horse physics
Fuck.
better or worse than in Red Dead Redemption? What do you think? So far, I think Red Dead Redemption wins because at least they had pooping horses.
Fuck am
Tina. Ellie. Where are you? I can see you. Over here. Ellie. Oh, thank God.
All right, Ryan.
Come on. This way. Where are we going? Just trust
Can I eat the horse? Not in this game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the gaming technology is not ready for that kind of things.
Get inside.
But yeah, there should be option to kill your horse, and then the game would say, game over because you eat your
I'll get the door.
steed. Killed your only way to out of here, of this mess.
You been here?
Rode by it. Never came inside.
All right, let's make sure it's clear.
Talking of horses, have you ever tried riding one? I mean, I have tried riding a horse. I rode. Not that I'm good at it, or not that I understand much about riding, but I mean, I've tried it for sure. I have respect for horses. I mean, they're not the brightest of animals, but
Doesn't feel like anyone's
it feels
been here in a while.
quite majestic when you're there, you know?
Shit. I gotta see what's back there.
All right, that works.
What's going on here?
All this electronic stuff? This has to be Eugene's.
Are you sure? Huh. Definitely Eugene's place. He was a firefly?
He served with Tommy.
That's cool, Castle. How old are your daughters?
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Already,
they got into some real dark shit.
Like what?
like, ready to give daddy some lesson about riding?
Checkpoint at Denver QZ. Killed 3 soldiers and 2 civilians.
Jesus.
He also told me that he and Tommy slow tortured some big Fedra general. I don't know. I don't buy Tommy doing that though.
He could do worse.
What do you mean?
He and Joel did a lot to survive after the outbreak.
You know, there's something majestic with horses, you know? Like, make you feel like a knight. Yellow blonde, you're right about that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
you're
Tommy
a
and
god.
Eugene. They look like babies here.
That looks like Tom Mariah.
Lights?
Not really.
Heaters? There's gotta be a generator around here somewhere.
Alright, cool. They're already old enough to handle their shit. Ooh. Yeah, Khal Drogo. He was a motherfucking cool guy. So yeah, that's my point. I mean, when you get on those horses, on those steeds,
You left your
that's
family
like
to join the
Manowar singing
Fireflies.
about their motorcycles.
Harsh.
Eugene.
Except that, you can actually teach your horses to fight with you versus motorcycles. You know, horses can actually kill people. Motorcycles, not so much. Have I read Tibetan Book of the Dead? No, I haven't. Have I been to any shows in Ranta? Well, like 2006, 2007 maybe. Jonas, your comment kind of got cut off after Funny Peck. Like I said, they're huge, militant, straight edge, hardcore scene active there. Funny because something maybe. I think it was one of those mini tours with Lloyd's and Hellbox. I think that was in Lappenranta. And then we headed to Latvia. Getting a little bit tired. How much is the time? I have about 1 hour to go. My boss is coming here for a visit tomorrow, so can't stay up too late. Oh, casually, yeah, it must be fun thing. I don't know why riding horses is so often seen as a kind of a girly thing. I mean, it's the same thing here in Finland. Usually, when you say are interested in riding, people are like, yeah, well, girls want to ride and guys are supposed to do something else. I like fuck that. But I mean, I know what they're coming from. It's this whiskey that makes me a little bit tired. But I have more whiskey then.
That's better.
Oh, wow. Impressive workbench, Eugene.
Eugene, that's a name that always reminds me of Pink Floyd with the track Careful with that axe, Eugene. Choices. Let's do this. But yeah, people, if you don't have any plans and you want some cool metal festival, think about that Steel Chaos 2020. Look at the lineup. Finnish black metal bands.
Come on.
Yeah, Cosmic, they don't want to make it too long an animation about how to take off all the
What's
parts
he got down here?
Well, it's
and just
obviously a
start
sex
cleaning
den.
them
That's why he didn't tell you about
and
it.
then
I hope it's a sex
putting that
den, for
gun
his
back
sake. He was so lonely, man.
with all the parts. But yeah, I know what you mean. And I remember you being the gun person.
Oh my god. It's weed.
Yellow
It's
Blonde,
a
check
lot
out
of
the
dead weed.
tickets
This
and
explains
check out
a
your
lot.
flights if possible. I mean, even if it's still late October, but consider coming. Just look at the lineup. Yes, Denton, I mean it. It's sick. It's like basically almost all best of the best in Finnish black metal at Steelcase 2020. It's even better for people outside Finland than for Finnish people. I mean, there are lots of bands that are so goddamn great, and you might not have ever heard all those, not live or even on albums.
Hey,
But you might have
he's
heard
got
them on
that
albums,
videotape
but
thing.
not live.
Dong of the Wolf.
Obviously,
Smash Brandy's cooch.
obviously,
Goodies? It's
I'm
porn.
gonna try to do cool
Interesting
interviews
taste, Eugene.
as well as see the shows.
Maria would lose her shit if she saw this place.
Booth has the best
How did he
Finnish
get
black
this
metal band.
together?
Must
Really?
have taken him forever.
I wish he'd told me about this. Could have helped him out.
You must be sarcastic.
Dina. It's a gas mask bong.
God, he was so smart.
I gotta say, I found Bithos quite a disappointment. But yeah, Cosmic, now that I remember, you mentioned that you liked Rain Chaos also, so I guess it makes sense that you like Bithos also. But to be honest, I was expecting so
Oh,
much
there
more
we
from
go.
Bithos, really,
You think it's
because I
started?
mean it has guys
Does weed
from
go bad?
P-Hexen, Horna,
of.
Trollheim's Grot. I mean, supposed to have
You having a hard time?
so much
I get it.
more from these guys.
Fuck.
Give me that.
Oh, yeah, like you're gonna get it.
Well, all opinions are subjective, really.
Oh, fuck it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Press X to see
I
song.
got it open, didn't I?
Smells good.
All right, Ryan.
I mean, gonna be stuck here a while, right?
I mean, all opinions are correct
Totally trapped.
because they are exclusive. I mean, they're just subjective. Nobody can feel the same way about
Can I
same
ask you a
thing
question?
than you.
I don't know, can you?
No
Scale
idea
of 1
about
to 10.
Amyrna.
1 being like absolute trash.
and 10 being life-altering. How would you rate our kiss from last night?
I would say no kiss is 10 out of 10 then.
Why are we still talking about this?
No kiss is life-altering.
You said it was a mistake.
Did I say
Kiss
that?
can give me a boner, but 10 out of 10? No way.
What are you doing? I asked you to rate our
If you
kiss.
have never heard of Lord of Bagathorn, band from the 90s, you haven't really seen the reviews I've made. Lord of Bagathorn is one of the
Give it a
better
6.
black metal bands from Finland.
A 6? Wow.
Like a solid 6.
Okay.
There were a lot of people around.
Yeah, but 6.
Oh, what? I mean, now I really want to know how you'd rate it.
I don't think you do.
You're infuriating.
Have you met you?
You make me want to go back outside into that blizzard.
Hello, Natalie.
No one is stopping you.
Cosmic, yes. You should check out Lord of Bagathorn. I mean, they were mostly not too active in the 90s, but they really started out early on. Best album. Well, there are not too many albums. I'm wondering, maybe the first one. You haven't heard Terrain either. Well, Terrain is, well, let's say they made one of the best demos ever. I mean, their demo is just phenomenal. It was already like an album level of stuff. You should check out the first Terrain recording. I'm pretty sure you would fucking love it. Later on, they started too much experimenting and people kind of abandoned it. Gorgonthurus, well, that's a kind of a Horna spin-off by the ex-Horna vocalist. Well, I will be talking about those bands with my Steelcase 2020 video. No point listing them all here. But yeah, in so many ways, many of the best black metal bands from Finland are right there. Benny Hill show. You remember that show? Well, that's the feeling I have here. Don't stop believing. Zombies will be swimming. Don't stop believing. Well, Gorgonthurus is definitely worth listening to. Yeah.
Damn it!
Fuck them zombies. No way. There's no easy way out. Oh, fuck you. Give me your hand, darling. Do you feel my zombie beating? Do you understand?
Oh shit! Hold up! This way, come on! You okay?
Ryan, just go for a wank. Sound like you need something to
What does is where we going?
rub yourself to.
We can make a break for the lodge. God damn it! These son of bitches are everywhere! Get to the door!
I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanking, really.
Through this door! Come on! Hurry! The hell with you!
What was the song I was singing? God damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I need to take some whiskey. I can't remember the song name. Eternal Flame, but who was the artist? Yeah, it's 80s stuff. I should tell Laura that I was Satan is serious to play live as silly as 2021. Yeah. That's just, I have those connections. Yeah, sure. Oh, Casual Observer, you definitely need to book those flights then. Bangles. Thank you, Casual Observer. That was a Bangles song. I was thinking of Blondie, but I knew it was all wrong.
The door ain't gonna hold for long. We need to hurry.
I probably missed quite a few of your comments there because of the action in the game.
Up there, the window! That's our way out! You see a way up there? Here, use this!
No, not Mr. Big, but Bangles.
Hey, girl!
There was this cute
Give us a hand with
chicks,
this
you know, with a really
thing! Push it up onto the cart!
soft voice.
We're getting inside!
You have to understand, I'm
you two keep those infected off of me.
kid from the 80s.
Hey, this thing is heavy!
This is a real MMA star, gotta say. Yeah, Susanna. Oh fuck. I'm not gonna fight that motherfucking clicker.
Watch out! You need me to take over? I got it! Just keep Keep those infected away!
Oh yeah, whiskey time. When you die, take a sip of whiskey. Sponsored by yours truly.
Get this thing out of me! Help me! The hell with you!
This makes me feel like doing some dancing. Mother! Oh, fuck! Yeah, I'm still having more scotch. I just opened a new bottle before this stream.
Come on, goddammit! Oh! Flicker! God damn! Get this thing off of me! Help!
Yeah, that's why you want to wank a bit. A heads up, motherfucker.
I'm running low! Give me another minute! Hey! With us? Try to make them shots count!
And nothing wrong, by the way. Picking some lesbian love.
How we doing, Tommy?
This woman is or let's call her just a person. She's a real MMA fighter indeed. Oh fuck, I don't like PMNP. I mean, some metal people like them, but I really don't. I'm just running right. Oh fuck, and then I die once again. You meant the Terminator. Everybody get down. Get down again.
Let's go! Hurry!
Why didn't just run away? I start to feel like Bon Jovi soon.
They're close to us!
Where are we going?
It's this way! Come on!
Everywhere!
Don't slow down! Head for those doors!
She's a little runaway. Arnold is the fucking best.
Hey, I'm Tommy. That's Joe. What's your name?
Abby.
Abby, are you okay? That ain't gonna hold. We gotta go back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the best Austrian person ever.
Tommy, we cannot stay here. Horses ain't making it all that way.
My friends are at a mansion just north of here. It's fenced in. We have the whole perimeter secure.
Zip all over the place. I can work.
All right. I'll get the door.
So yeah, I probably missed a lot of your comments earlier, so in case there was something you wanted to ask me, just ask again, and I will try to reply. Macht can be translated to might as well, as if I'm not mistaken. Natalie or
When I
other
was 12,
people speaking German,
found a
please feel free to
skateboard.
correct me.
And I tried to get on it. And it shot right out from underneath me.
Wait, how did you get the scar?
I fell on my knife.
Thank you, Natalie, for
Okay.
confirming my understanding, because it's not like I can speak a lot of Deutsch, really.
Chemical burn. I did it myself.
Why?
To cover a bite mark. Right here. I got jumped by an infected when I was 14.
But yeah, once again, people, if you're interested, at least slightly, in Steel Chaos 2020, I'm trying to make a video for next weekend.
Ow! Fuck you. What? Hey! I told you a real
So then I will give you basic information about the tickets, possible refunding,
You hear that? Jesse?
and also about the bands.
Are you okay?
Will you wait, please?
Yeah, hot scene, possibly hot scene.
What are you doing?
Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be on patrol.
To be honest, Dixon, I haven't
Is that weed?
taken a look at the price.
Why are you here?
People are counting on you. You get that? What we do matters.
Well, then why aren't you at the fucking lookout?
Because Tommy and Joel didn't show up.
A zombie life matters.
What do you mean?
We waited for them for an hour. I was looking for their horses when I saw lights.
Maybe they just went back to town.
Without being replaced? No way. How much of their region have you covered?
Not much.
Then we split up. Go at it from different sides, and we can cover the whole thing in a few hours.
I don't like you riding solo. We don't have out there.
Dixon, they should be there, the price.
Okay, I'll head west.
Or if you
Phoenix
just
can take
Google
south,
it,
you come from the east, but be
it might
smart
be a
about it.
third-party site selling the tickets. But I really can't remember the price out of my mind. Anyways, what I would suggest is that get your tickets and start then checking your hotels and flights. I was actually asking my friend to book a hotel, but he said that he couldn't have the money right out of that, so I was supposed to book that hotel for Steel Chaos. So I gotta do it before I do the video, so I don't run out of hotel rooms, because I made this video about the festival. But there are a couple of good hotels nearby. One is closer to the venue, and the other is probably better in other ways, because at least with Steel Fest, when I've been there, I mean, there's a kind of a...
You want to get those saddles off?
No.
It's a kind of this spa hotel, so you can get to the pool area, sauna, good breakfast, and it's not like you have to walk along for a long trip, and the taxi is relatively cheap, something like less than 15 euros. So with a couple of friends, it doesn't really cost much. So yeah,
You live
and
nearby?
Hyvinkää is very small
do.
city.
A few
So
hours
be
down
it
the hill.
Steelfest or Steel
Y'all
Chaos,
should come back
it's
with us, restock before we head
easy
out.
to just
Appreciate it.
travel
I'm Mel, by the
between
way.
the fest
Tommy.
and
This is my brother.
the hotels.
Joe.
Sauna is not mandatory; it's just recommended. It separates the
Y'all act like you
wannabes
heard
from
us or
the
something.
real deal, the true.
Because
So
I have.
Cosmic, the question is, are you true?
Laura, all clear?
He's out. Put him against the wall.
Tommy!
What the fuck?
Get off me!
Puta madre.
Puta madre.
Joel Miller.
Who are you?
Guess.
I'm sorry to hear about that, Cosmic.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.
And Jonas, I don't remember what was the last Power Electronics gig because I've been a few
Do
of
it.
them, but I mean I'm not a really big Power Electronics fan as such, nor Noise or whatever.
Don't you fucking move.
God! Damn it!
Clear out.
Dixon, sounds awesome.
You stupid old man. You don't get to rush this.
Indeed, what the fuck is happening? Should be game over by this point.
Joel! Tommy! Shit. How do I get down there? Okay, Shimmer. Please be okay. Joel! Tommy!
Hey, even I've seen these White House in real life because I've been to Washington D.C. only once, though. I remember me and my friends joking that, yeah, Obama already, was asking out us for a coffee. And that's why there were helicopters, because Obama was looking for us to just set our private helicopter, escort.
You're okay. You're okay.
What the fuck? Okay, I was pushing the wrong button.
Joel? Tommy?
Where is that coming from?
Dixon, it's weird because for Finland, for example, if we travel from Helsinki to places like New York or Boston, we could probably fly for like 500 euros. I remember when I was traveling from Finland to United States a few years ago. I mean, I've done 3 trips there, and those plane tickets were something like from 400 to 600 euros.
Fuck.
This starts to feel like Tarantino's Pulp Fiction because of those torture sound downstairs. That is, if you don't remember the scene from the movie. Exactly, get the game part.
Get her down! Get off me! Get her hands! Get the fuck off me!
You got her! Look, you got her! Okay?
You're gonna fucking die!
What's going on?
Let him go!
Who is that?
Let him
She
go!
snuck in.
Why aren't you posted up outside?
I've seen some power electronic shows in
What
Finland,
did you expect?
and also some
We gotta get out of here.
noise
The whole town's
gigs.
on top of us.
Aspa, Mikko Aspa from
You're done.
You want what I want, right?
End it. Now.
from Northern Heritage / clandestine place. He's been part of that.
Get up! Joel, fucking get up! Please stop! Please don't shoot! Joel, please get up! No! I'll fucking kill you!
So now the actual story happens. Almost after 3 hours in. It's revenge time, baby.
Ellie. I'm sorry.
Do you remember the saying that if you embark on a trip of revenge, dig 2 graves? I think it's very good saying. Because usually when you start doing that, but more interesting rather than just, getting the character killed here and so forth is that why was the player here in the game
Could I sit down, please?
controlling that character earlier in this game? Because it's interesting, now we find out that we were actually controlling one of those supposedly bad guys. And that's an interesting choice, really.
Maria wants to make sure you're eating.
She can't stop us.
To have the guys that we would need to do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
What if we get hit by hunters again?
Is this you talking or is this her?
That's a valid point.
If it were you or me, Joel would be halfway to Seattle already.
Sigurd, indeed.
He fucking would be.
Well, we don't even know for certain that they're from Seattle.
Washington Liberation Front. That's what you said was on those patches.
What if they stole those jackets?
That's...
What's the WLF move?
What are you doing?
Mullah.
You know what?
Never heard Mullah.
I'm leaving tomorrow. And if you want to come with me, great.
If you come around,
You have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know how large that group is, how armed.
I don't care. You can't talk me out of this.
Yeah, Joel is a great guy.
Give me a day to talk to Maria. Okay? There's gotta be some folks you can spare.
And if she won't budge?
Well, I'll figure something out. One day.
One day.
Please.
Mother, tell the children not to understand. Tell the children not to walk my way. Oh, sorry. I'm just a tad bit tired here. Yeah, you're supposed to like Wind Cellar. Pulp Fiction, 10 out of 10 movies. One of the best of all times, in my opinion. Ryan, we need to watch Pulp Fiction someday together with some good pot.
I want to stop at his house before we leave.
You can join us, SK, anyway. You know?
Just
Let's have some Rauta movie night about Pulp Fiction. At least we can plan all that shit. Who knows? Maybe one day it will actually happen.
Looks like Tommy.
Maybe one day I'll just, take a
flight
flight to the States. And we meet in some weird place and watch that movie.
We'll figure something else out on the way. A car or a horse or something.
Okay.
This makes getting to Seattle a lot harder.
Then it's gonna be harder.
We can still change.
Natalie,
you know?
Pulp Fiction. I mean,
I know.
even if you have high expectations,
Just don't want you to feel like you
after this chat, it is fucking great movie.
You go. I go.
Yes, Dixon, you're right about that. That's been my dream since like a long time. SK, we gotta meet at some point, yeah.
You need to get your backpack.
I hid it by the east gates. I figured we'd want to slip out that way.
A live stream of Pulp Fiction, that would be weird. Why do you hate it, Cosmic? I mean, I understand not everybody can like Tarantino style, but he's definitely one of my favorite directors of all time. Ryan, sorry, which words were wise? Well, SK, Steel Fest, followed by Steel Chaos, followed by Turku Saatanalle. Those three are the ones that are really the top three.
What do you need? I can go get it.
BM Fests in Finland.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I'm okay.
If I could plan a Rauta Fest, it would feature movies and bands and a fucking drinking area.
I'll hang out down here.
Or
thanks.
Kind of a lounge. Maybe I have weird ideas. I don't know. Yeah, SK, you missed the early parts of the stream when I mentioned that I will be making a video about Steel Chaos, which is gonna take place in late October, early November. You know, when the month actually changes. So I will be telling you details about the fest, because it's basically like fall version of Steel Fest, where Steel Fest is basically like you go out in open air, have a warm weather, cold beer and all that stuff. Well, Steel Chaos is basically like that, but you know, it's not gonna be warm. It's gonna be kind of a rainy, maybe snowy, but you will still get to see those great bands, meet your friends and these people into black metal, like-minded people and great cult bands playing great gigs. And now they're at the same venue. I mean, Steel Chaos used to take place in Helsinki, but now it's taking place in Hyvinkää, where Steel Fest is also taking place. That is where the main promoter guy lives. And the Casual Observer is very much right to the point. That would be the great idea. You know, having a good movie such as Gran Torino, or like Cosmic Girlfriend said, American History X followed by Grand Belial Ski. Would be a fucking interesting contrast in those two. Ryan, I get your idea. I mean, I liked Walking Dead in the beginning, then it turned kind of a sour in the second season. Third season was better. Fourth season was good also. And then again, fifth season started to get sour. So yeah, I mean, just enjoying the story. You don't necessarily have to play the game in order to kind of enjoy it. Road. Yeah, The Road is a great movie. I really like the really depressive, really dark and sinister feel with the movie. I think The Road should have been written as a series, you know, as a TV show versus being a movie. Mother. Oh, the twist of Kano. Oh, can't get enough of Glenn Danzig. Yeah, that's what I mean, SK. I mean, it's so goddamn brutal. That's one thing what I like about Black Mirror show on Netflix. I mean, even though the themes are very different from one another, the thing is so goddamn grim and dark.
Everything okay?
There are lots of similarities in some of the episodes. What could be the road be? But anyway, The Last of Us was way better than Walking Dead at any point. Yeah, Black Mirror is it can be very pessimistic, very depressing in so many ways. But I mean, it depends from
Maria, I'm headed to Seattle.
From
I wish I could let it go, but I
show to another. Not all of them are really dark, but they're kind of a pessimistic.
Me, but stop her.
It's kind of like how technology can really lead us to ruins. Like how it can really fuck us up.
So I can end this. Love you always.
So it's not like a zombie-like story. It's not like The Road.
He should have taken me with him.
In the terms of the theme, but more about the atmosphere.
I wish I could.
You gonna try to lock me up?
I'd prefer that you stay.
That's not gonna fucking happen.
I prefer that you stay, but I know you better.
Anyway, it's soon 2:30.
Yeah.
And I have to wake up around
So
10:30
out of here
because my boss with his
on foot.
Yeah.
With his family is going to visit me tomorrow, so I guess I need to wake up early enough to make sure
let you out with your
things are nice. I'm gonna barbecue for boss and his family.
Grab some ammo too.
So I will be getting up at 10:30, which means I'm gonna get to bed
Just
soon.
do me a favor. And
Just shoot me with your final
home in one piece, please.
Your final questions before I hit the sack.
All right. Get going.
Is my boss a metalhead? No, he's a long-haired guy, but he's more into kind of rock. I think he actually calls my music more of a like boogeyman metal, and that by he means like black metal, death metal, all that extreme metal stuff. He's more about just bands like Mustache and stuff like that. He's a great guy. I think my boss is one of my best friends really, but he's not a metalhead. He can like some metal bands like Nightwish, Rammstein, and stuff like that, but he's not into extreme metal at all. Yeah, good night, people. This is a great cutscene to just say good night to everybody. It has been once again been my pleasure to
drowning him, and
play some game with you
Joel couldn't get to his gun.
and stream with you and
Were you scared?
comment or comments or questions or whatever. So I will be streaming a lot more this game, I guess, in coming days, not just on Saturdays.
How old were you?
But I won't be necessarily giving a like a
We talking infected?
No.
prior warning.
Fully
So
conscious.
you just have to see if the stream pops up, and then come online if you feel like that. And if not, it's totally cool. Because I mean, really can't expect you to just join for stream over every day. Anyway, thanks for talks, guys and gals.
So how lost are we?
Talk you at least next Saturday, I guess, and maybe before, or maybe after. Anyway, good night. Take care and don't get
What
too
about those crazy
wasted.
cannibals
Don't
you said
get
you and Joel ran
hung
into?
over, but
They came
definitely
after you
get some
guys
booze to
Maybe
get your
these
fluids going
WLFs are connected
and your
to
heart's
them.
pumping. Take care. Good night.
Didn't seem
Bye-bye.
like the same group.
Maybe those black market smugglers back in Boston.
Do you not